Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be going over my melee Fissure lightning chain build. It also uses, I also use wheel slash. Um, so yeah, let's just get started. A lot of people have been asking about this, my build, like how, so I'm making this build guide real quick here, just to really quickly try and explain my build. Um, all right, so first things first, you have Fissure here. And I link armor penetration, melee damage amp, persistence, quick attack, and area of effect to my Fissure. I trigger lightning chain for shock. So what it looks like is I'm basically attacking here. Let's disable this avatar real quick, and you can see they're getting shocked by the lightning chain. You can see the debuff here, increases damage taken. So that's why I use lightning chain. Yeah, for shocking. So, and I keep it level 1 to keep the mana cost low. Because it doesn't do a lot of, it doesn't do a lot of damage. So you don't really need it to be high level. Level 1's good. You just want to level up the supports to increase the shock effect. I use area of effect on Fissure for when I'm doing maps, dungeons. When I'm doing bosses, I'll swap out area of effect for concentrated area. Because you can see here, 694,000 tooltip DPS with concentrated area. When I use area of effect, I have 517,000 tooltip DPS. My build does well over 2.5 to 3 million DPS on the dummy. Like if I'm doing a dummy test, my build will do 2.5 million area for like a minute. The main reason why it's 2.5 million and not higher is because of mana problems. So after about 30 seconds of doing this test, I'll have some mana issues. But when you're actually doing maps and bosses and things, you're not going to have the mana problems. So my burst DPS is around 5 million currently. So I use wheel slash with Fissure and lightning chain here. So how it works is I mainly just clear maps with Fissure and lightning chain, and then when I get the bosses, I will use wheel slash for the bosses. So wheel slash and Fissure. So I'll get 5 stacks on the boss here for maximum damage. And I'll keep the 5 stacks up the entire fight. So what it looks like when I'm doing a boss is I'll just do the 5 stacks here, then I'll start beating them with Fissure, and I'll keep the stacks up. And that's how you maintain the wheel slash dot, and also deal a ton of damage with Fissure. My build's extremely tanky. I'm at 8,500 health currently. But very soon I'll be passing up. I'll be at 10k or higher. The reason why my build's extremely tanky is because of I have really good HP absorb with my axes here. So I've got HP absorb on this axe. I have HP absorb on this axe, and then on top of that, I also have in the tree here. I have HP absorb right here. And this node right here is extremely powerful because it actually makes my life leech stronger. So with the plus 5% HP absorb limit. So I'll just show you real quickly. My HP regen per second. This is where you see your life leech. Whenever I'm attacking, I have 1,194 life regen per second. And that's because I have a high health pool. And I have that absorb limit is 14% for me. HP absorb on attack hit, the limit's 14%. By default, it's 9%, because I took that note, it raised it an extra 5%. So that's why I'm able to just like sustain so well. I very rarely die. When I die, it's because something like will like nearly one-shot me, which is very rare, because I'm super tanky with I have extremely high armor, 20,000 armor. My resistances are all capped, and I have almost capped chaos res. So really tanky. Yeah, what else do we have here? Let's go over the rest of the stuff here real quick. So Wheel Slash is linked to melee damage amplification as well, and armor penetration. Savagery for area of, so there's a bigger area of effect on my Wheel Slash. Because it does not have the area of effect tag, you have to use weapon range. That's why you have to use savagery instead of area of effect. Additional physical, dot, and elite slayer. There's really not too many good options for physical, for Wheel Slash. So I have to use additional physical and elite slayer currently. I'm trying to find replacements for those. Dot is extremely powerful. It has 34% dot amp at level 25. It's so much damage. Melee damage amp is insane as well for Wheel Slash. Armor penetration is amazing. Elite Slayer is awesome as well because for bossing and stuff like that. The damage against elites that works against bosses as well. So it's really good. But I do want to get a replacement for the additional physical at some point, if I can. I'm looking around for something better. What else do we have? Illusion Axe is not mandatory. I use it for buffs. So, whenever my Illusion Axe is hitting things, this is an aura, by the way. This is what Illusion Axe is. Whenever it hits stuff, I get buffs. I get, increase charm drop chance, increase essence drop chance, and increase item drop rarity right now. So, and they last 5 seconds. All my Illusion Axe has to do is it hit something, and then it lasts. I get those buffs for 5 seconds. And these are the buffs right here. Increase charm drop chance buff. 7.5% extra charms drop chance, essence drop chance, and item drop rarity. I also link dampen resource to it to reduce the mana cost because it is an aura. And I link dampen resource cost to lightning chain and seal of condensed destruction as well. Seal of condensed destruction is just pretty simple. It's an aura that gives me more damage. It's really powerful. Shout of provocation. I use shout of provocation. It gives me 102%, 102.9% extra damage level 22, and also 81.9% armor amplification. So my armor caps out. Whenever I use shout, my armor goes from 24,000 to 43,000, 80% cap. So, which doesn't give me too much more reduction, but it gives me something. But the main thing is it gives me more damage. I link time acceleration to shout of provocation, shout of power, and hush shout right now. I'd like to link more, but I don't have any space. But the main thing you want to link is shout of power because this gives you uplift for 3 seconds. So you get a 10% attack speed and 50% damage. That's the most important one to link to shout of provocation. The next most important is probably hush shout, and then time acceleration. You can also link stuff like increased duration, lingering shout. There's like another one, but yeah, those are two off the top of my head. Fighter. I also use Fighter's Wrath. Fighter's Wrath gives me 26.8% melee damage amp and 21% attack speed right now. So basically, I just use it whenever I'm trying to clear something hard like a boss or whatever. It just gives me that nice extra damage. So when I use Shout and Fighter's Wrath kind of like together most of the time. Try to for burst damage. What else do we have? Siphon Life. It's very important. This is going to make me leech more. So and also guarantee that I leech. But I already hit the cap on my leech. So this doesn't do anything. This does something though. This HP absorb limit. So remember how I said that I have 1194 HP regen per second when I hit. When I activate Siphon Life, this goes from 1194 to 1620. So while I have Siphon Life up, I'm regenerating 1620 health per second as long as I'm attacking, which is massive. And you can actually make Siphon Life rare and legendary, which, you know, that's obvious, but when you do that, that makes Siphon Life's absorb limit go up by even more. So it goes from 5% to, I believe it's 15% at when it's legendary. We can check here real quick. Siphon Life right here. So rare is 10% HP absorb limit, and then legendary is 15%. So once I get a legendary Siphon Life, that's going to be absolutely massive for survivability. I'm going to have so much HP regen per second. By the time I get a legendary Siphon Life, I'm also going to have a lot more health. I'm probably going to have at least 10,000 at that point. And the more health you have, the more life regen per second you get. So you can see why the Siphon Life is extremely strong. So, it's way better than Tenacious Regeneration for my build. I also use Roll here as my movement skill. I only use Roll right now currently. I would like to implement Leap back into my build or Penetrating Slash for my second movement skill, but I cannot do that until I get buff activation on hit. I plan on linking stuff to my buff activation on hit, which will allow me to put my Leap Slam back in my bar here. Right now I have to have Shout of Provocation and Fighter's Wrath on my first bar here, because I don't have buff activation on hit. Once I get buff activation on hit, I will be removing Shout, and I'll be putting in Leap or Penetrating Slash. Shout will be on my second bar, so it still works, but I won't lose Shout. It's basically just trading. I don't have the slot for Leap or Penetrating Slash right now because I use Wheel Slash as well. When I used to not use Wheel Slash, like I used Leap on this spot, but since I put Wheel Slash in there, that made things more crowded here. So I'm just waiting until I get buff activation on hit, and then I'll be good, and I'll be able to use another movement skill, which is it's more ideal to have the combo, you know, Roll and Leap, or Roll and Penetrating Slash. What else do we have? Anything else in this thing? I don't think there's anything else in this thing. I guess I can go over this. I'm using Area of Effect for my runestones here. I'm trying to get a runestone with Area of Effect and like, you know, fissure damage or something for that one. I also use Area of Effect for my lightning chain. So Area of Effect actually increases the cast distance on lightning chain, which allows you to shock more enemies, basically. So you can see here I have 1034 cast distance, and it switches to 1137 because I have Enrage. But 1034. Okay, I take this off. Now it is going to drop to 949. So yeah, Area of Effect does make the cast distance on lightning chain better. That's why I use Area of Effect runestones. I use Area of Effect for my main skill just because I want to be able to clear better. I think it's better than the +1 personally. More areas better. And I don't know what I'm doing with this slot yet. I'm just kind of trying to find something for this slot. We'll figure out that slot. But yeah, area of effect for these two slots is what I'm trying mainly. I'll probably try to get area of effect. Well, actually, area of effect doesn't affect what wheel slash. Maybe I'll just do like +1 to skill or something for wheel slash. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the tree. This is how my bar's set up. I have Fissure, Fighter's Wrath, Wheel Slash, Roll, Shout of Provocation in my first bar. Second bar is like my buffs. So, you know, I got my light. You have to put Lightning Chain in here for it to work. Siphon Life is I switched to the second bar to activate Siphon Life when I'm, you know, when I need it. I'm gonna change this to buff activation on hit so I don't have to switch anymore. But once I get, yeah, so these are gonna be buff activation on hits soon. Illusion Axe is not mandatory. It's just for like for magic find basically, just to like, you know, find stuff better. But also you can use Illusion Axe for soloing Sickest. Like if like this build can solo Sickest, so with Illusion Axe, which is nice, but not mandatory. I'm using Seal of Condensed Destruction. So yeah, there's the aura. That's what this is here. Seal of Condensed Destruction. And then I put Fissure over here because when I switch, I want to continue to be able to attack when I switch to my second bar. So I might unlock this soon as well for more space. What else? Zodiac Tree. Let's go over Zodiac Tree real quick. I'm gonna be really quick with the Zodiac Tree. Basically, you can just copy me. I'll go over some of the details, the main points about it though. So yeah, pretty much you want to get almost everything in here. First tree, this is the second tree here. Second tree, I take this line here. And I also take this here for more HP. So this is 100 flat health plus 3% health and 13 health here for some decent HP. I also take this line for damage and attack. This is the best line in my opinion. You get the health here. In this tree, I go just 3 points here for damage, attack speed, damage. Tree 5, we have damage, armor, damage with health. So that's the first 5 trees. Now let's go over. I'll just continue on it. Okay, tree 6. Tree 6. I'm working on getting these 2 nodes next. But until then, I took these 3 and these 2, and then I left these out. I just recently picked up this 6% attack speed, and I'm level 97, so by 99 I'll have these 2 as well. Then we also have this here, so this is nice, 6% health with some Fizz damage taken dampening. This is really powerful. In tree 7, we have these 3 nodes are really strong. This 25% damage against elites counts against bosses as well, so very powerful. These for 3 points. I also take this line here because this node is actually pretty strong. I don't have 100% chance to hit. Got like 90%, which I need to work on. Yeah, so I'm missing decently enough to activate this 40% damage, so it's worth it. If I ever fix my hit rating to where I'm like hitting almost 100% of the time, then I would probably unspec out of this stuff, obviously, so. Let's see, so Zodiac, Ortimus tree here. These 3 points are very strong. 9% damage, 25 health, 5% health. You can also take these 225 health flat HP nodes here if you wanted to. That's optional. Very strong. I do take this chaos line here. I will be dropping this once I get better chaos res in my gear, but until then I take this line just because like chaos res is one of the main ways that I think people are dying, like they don't have enough chaos res. I have like 53% chaos res resistance right now, so that's because I have this stuff here plus a decent amount of chaos res in my gear. This also helps for void rift pushing. There's a lot once you get in the higher void rifts, you're gonna want more chaos res because they all do chaos damage. It seems like later on. But I will be, like I said, I will be getting rid of this stuff once I get better chaos res in my gear. Okay, tree 8. This is pretty simple here. I just take pretty much the damage and attack speed nodes here. Yeah. So there's that. Farmer's really good. Again, these 3 points are very strong. And then on top of that, this 12% HP amplification is massive. It gives me so much health. And then also this HP amp here is really good. Like this whole thing here is just amazing. I did test HP regen before, so I had about, it was like 15 health regen per second. I mean, I'm trading 15 health regen per second for like, it's like 1500 health or something, like, or like 1000 health or something. It's crazy. Like it's, this node is extremely powerful in my build. It gives me so much regen for my leech. You have to get this in my build. And then I also get this here. I disable dodge. So I get 4% fizz damage taken dampening and 15% HP amplification. That's another massive HP boost. And all I gotta do is disable dodge. I don't use any dodge gear. So my dodge rating is like really low, so it doesn't matter. We're not dodging. We're just stacking health and sustaining health through leech. Okay, so that's those trees. Now let's take a look at my specialization trees. So before you get Shout of Power, you will want to take these 2 nodes, uplift. So initially you'll want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. Once you get Shout of Power linked to Shout of Provocation, you no longer need to take uplift anymore. So what this does is it gives you more options. I chose to take some more area of effect and area damage. You could get rid of these 2 points here if you wanted to, and you could take them over here. But I like the 20% area of effect, and the area damage amplification works with my Fissure. It does not work with the Wield Slash. And strike damage does not work for Wield Slash either, so it's better in my opinion to take this area of effect and 6% area damage amp over the 30% overpower and strike. So that's that first tree there. Second tree, we have acceleration. It's like mandatory pretty much with the permanent attack speed, cast speed, movement speed. It's just so strong. And then strike damage amp is really good. And then I also take this here because there's just nothing better really. 7% damage upon attack for every enemy within a 400 radius, and it's max 150% damage. So whenever you're clearing, this is going to be really powerful. It's not going to do much against bosses, but this will help you clear maps faster. That's why I take this. And then for this here, you have a little bit of options here. These 2 points are mandatory because your build relies on, my build relies on leech, and I sustain my health through leech. So this is extremely powerful. You have to get these 2 nodes. It is a must. You will lose, I mean, if I don't have these 2 nodes here, I'll lose about 500 health regen per second. It's really crazy. So yeah, you got to take these 2. I do take these 2 here. This fizz damage taken 8% amplification. It sucks, but I did take a lot of fizz damage taken dampening in my tree to counter that. So you can take this and not, you know, not screw yourself over, basically. Because of what I took in the tree here. I took, you know, the fizz damage taken dampening there. There's 4%, and then I took 3% there for 7%. So yeah, this is very powerful. And then we have so this part here, Enrage. Since I use Wheel Slash and Fissure, Enrage, I think Enrage is probably better. The other option is to take these 2 nodes here for a 10% area damage amplification. Now, when you take this node, your Wheel Slash will not be affected by that. Only your Fissure. So this does not benefit Wheel Slash at all. So you know, but see, the thing about Enrage is, Enrage, yes, it alternates between Enrage and amplification every 4 seconds. So Enrage is 40% area, 25 weapon range. So for 4 seconds you're going to get this Enrage effect, and then it's going to switch to amplification effect for 4 seconds, and it's just going to keep doing that over and over and over again. But the thing is, when you get this 10% damage amplification, that works on your Wheel Slash and your Fissure. So for my build, I think Enrage is probably better than always having the 10% area damage amp. You could also go this route and get dot amplification against bosses. That would make your Wheel Slash better. That's an option as well. I think this is the best though for my build. But there's just options. You have to decide what you want to do with that. That's what I went with. What else do we have? So Zodiac stat points here. So I took 110 dexterity because of Wheel Slash. It requires 110 dexterity at level 30. The rest of the points are strength. It gives me 1,170 health and 234% armor. I have no reason to go intelligence at all. Stack strength as much as possible to get as much HP as possible, to get better leech, you know, better HP regen, to get better armor so I take less fizz damage. Strength is just, yeah, stack as much of it as possible. That's the Zodiac tree. There's really nothing else to go over, I don't think. Okay, so some of you might be wondering, how do I sustain my mana? All right, so this is where the avatar comes into play. I take Avatar of Vesper. Now, the reason why I take Avatar of Vesper is because of this sweet enhanced mana potion passive effect. So this is going to make your mana potions have 30% cooldown recovery speed, and 25% mana potion recovery speed. really, really great. Like it's so there. It's the difference is insane. Like I have way better mana with this one thing. What's also great about the Vesper though is you can he does a ton of damage. So this poison orb it attacks every 0.3 seconds. And you have 2 extra projectiles and they pierce. It's like toxic flame. So it's really good. This curse, I don't really use this curse. You could use it. I don't think it's better than using poison orb. The poison orb does so much damage. And then I don't use intellectual at all because I don't deal spell damage and stuff and cast speed and stuff. So yeah, poison orb and enhanced potion. You can also use this on your avatar sometimes if you want to make him like deal a ton of damage. And you can use poison chance instead of projectiles for bosses, stuff like that if you want to. But yeah, just check out the avatar here. He's pretty crazy. Let's just go ahead and put 9 out here. So you can see that just the avatar here. Let me put on this concentrated area so my area is not, my Fissure's not hitting it. Alright, let's look at this. So it does, I mean, it just helps so much with like clearing and stuff, like 110, this is on level 90, these are level 97 mobs, so. But yeah, that's Vesper. I'm going Leo next because I'm going to be taking enhanced attack speed. This is going to give me a lot more attack speed and also movement speed amplification. It also has lightning resistance on it if I need to use that, as well as HP potion, cooldown recovery speed, which I don't really use HP potions anymore because my leech just sustains me so good that I actually build HP potions and I have to get rid of them because I never use them. So, but yeah, you know, you have this lightning resistance. You can boost the damage of your avatar eventually with this. You can make it have faster attack, or make myself have faster attack speed and movement speed. What's also really good about Leo is when you use lightning orb, it has a chance to shock, so, and extra projectiles, just like Vesper. So what you're going to be doing with this thing is you're going to be having the shock chance on with the extra projectiles, and this is another way to shock now. So when I have Leo out, I'm actually not going to have to use Lightning Chain anymore. So I will be able to put away Lightning Chain and use another support here. Like Mana Storm or Pulverize, or there's just so many good options that I could be putting there instead of Lightning Chain for the shock. So Leo's going to be really great for me with that shock chance. And he's going to be doing a ton of damage, just like Vesper. And he's going to be giving me that movement speed plus the attack speed. It's going to be great. And then for my third avatar, I'm going to probably take Miraceti. Now, only because of the dampens damage taken by 4% at level 30. So that is that's all damage. So, you know, fire, cold, lightning, poison, physical, chaos. It's going to dampen all that by 4%. So it's massive. It's a great survivability node. And then it has cold res, you know, and damage on the avatar as well. And it also has a cold orb, which has projectiles and pierces, and it has chill and freeze. It's just, you know, Miraceti is pretty freaking awesome. So, yeah, Miraceti is going to be the play for me for my third one, my third avatar, because you can have 3 avatars total at level 30 at level 30 on for each of them. Your relic level will cap out at level 90 is from what I heard. So that's that. So we went over the the table, we went over the zodiac tree, we went over the leech, the runestones, these runestones here. We went over the avatars. Is there anything else that I need to cover? Let me think about this for a second here. I think there's one more thing I'm missing. The actual gear itself. Okay, so for axe, you want to be using axes for the Fissure build, dual wield or one-handed shield. I haven't really played around with one-handed shield too much. I did test it a little bit, but it wasn't that great. But maybe it is better with a shield. But I do use dual wield twisted soul axes, T29. Before you get the T29 versions, you'll be using sprinkle axes. Basically what a twisted soul axe is it's an upgraded sprinkle axe. So you use sprinkle axes because it has 1.5 speed and has decent damage on it. So, but the 1.5 speed is the main thing. The reason why that's important is because Fissure has an additional Fissure trigger chance, and it's 15%. When that happens, that is basically hitting twice at the same time in one attack. So I'll try and show what that's like here real quick. Let's dismiss the pet. Let's take off the axes so it's less clutter. Let's remove the lightning chain so you can see better. And let's do one target here. So normally Fissure it's got the three waves there, right? When you trigger the additional Fissure, you'll see it split. Right there, it's split. When that happens, you're basically hitting twice at the same time. So here we go. We're hitting once, twice. There you go. I hit for 192,000, 168,000. There we go. 228, 200, 245. Also, the distance from the target matters too. So like with Fissure. So when I'm max range here, I'm at 170, 150. When I get closer, I'm always hitting for a lot harder. 250s, 290s, 260, 280s. It's like almost like 100,000 damage more when I'm closer. Average, I'd say. But that's how Fissure works. The closer you are, the better. But yeah, back to the axis here. It was so speed. So if you the higher attack speed you have, the more often you will trigger that additional Fissure. So that the more often you will be hitting the target, twice at the same time. That's the strength of attack speed. So that's why you want to have as much attack speed as possible in this build. So yeah, we go with the axes because they have 1.5 speed. And Twisted Soul axes are the best ones that you can get, T29s. But before, like I said, before Twisted Souls, you'll be using sprinkles, T27 sprinkles. Sprinkle axes. As for the gear, you want to get armor bases only. Armor. And you want to stack as much armor as possible for defense against fizz damage. I did for my helmet, just health, armor, resistances. Shoulders is same thing, health, armor, resistances. I'm going to try to get physical damage in there as well in the suffix, but it's really hard to do to get chaos plus physical plus health plus armor. So, but I'll be trying to get that eventually. I use an earth This is Boreal Essence Earth Chest for the +3 attack damage skill rune level. Basically you just got to get an armor base with earth on it, and then you can roll that +3 attack damage skill rune level. I believe that the item level can even be like level 70, 70, 75 area as well. So you don't have to have a level 97 chest like me. You can have like a level 70 and get away with it. But yeah, armor, HP, resistances. My gloves, I want to trade one of those armors for health. Probably the T10 flat, because percent armor is actually, in most cases, is better. Stronger. So yeah, I want for my prefixes on my gloves, I'd rather have health, attack speed, armor, and then resistances and hit rating. Boots. These boots are crazy, but this is kind of what you're going for. You're going for T10 movement, T10 melee, health, chaos, fire, like just resistances. For your neck, you want to get an attack speed neck with as high as possible flat physical, and high as possible physical damage percentage, with health preferred. You could get mana on kill there. It helps with sustaining your mana. Up to you. But more health is better, so. My belt, I do want to fix my suffixes to have mana potion effect and cooldown recovery. I'm trying to work on that. My belt's really insane on the prefixes, and I want to continue to use this belt. So I'm trying to fix the suffixes to have mana for better mana. Rings, you want flat physical rings with damage, health, resistances. Charms. I didn't go over charms. This is probably the last thing that I need to cover, though. So quite a long video, I know, but we're getting there. All right, charms. So before you get the chaos star here, I believe this is the best way to do it. You want to get T6 charms in each spot, and you want to have different ones. The reason why is because you get all these effects. So just for this one Vesper charm here, I'm getting physical damage, damage when dual wielding, and I'm also getting 40 poison resistance. It is massive to get to use T6 charms only. And this is what you want on every single one of them. You want physical damage and damage when dual wielding. Those are the two best stats. This is a perfect charm except for the percentage. You know, I'd rather have 80% physical and 60% damage when dual wielding. But yeah, you want a Vesper for poison. You want a Caprice for fire, 40 fire res. You want an Acubens for lightning resistance, a Casters for element resistance, a Miracettes for cold resistance, and a Hamels for HP percent. This is the most ideal setup, in my opinion, until you get your Chaos Star. Once you get your Chaos Star, you're going to want to switch to only Hamels. And the reason why is because you're going to be getting 10% HP, 50% physical damage, 12% HP amplification, and 30% physical damage amplification. So you'll be going only Hamels once you get this middle piece, which is like super in-game stuff. So I wouldn't worry about this, the only Hamel thing. I'd focus on getting all these nice resistances, because this helps a ton. Like it's going to be so hard for me to actually switch to only Hamels, because I'm going to be losing 50 resistance to everything. My resistances are so nice right now. 190, 289, 186, and 219. And I have 103 chaos res on top. Like my resistances are really good and a really good spot here. If you take away 50 from each one of those, I'm at 140 fire. I need more fire. My cold is good. My lightning's no longer good. My poison's good. So I would have to fix fire and lightning in my gear, which I can do. But yeah, that is charms. I think that's everything. I think there's nothing else left. I think I covered everything. This is a very long video. I get that, but yeah, this is my build. That's how it's how it all works. Anybody has any questions? Just made it this far. I stream every day on Twitch, Twitch TV. I'm underscore snotty. So I am underscore snotty. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, hope you have fun with the build. Have a good one, everybody.